All right, let's talk about Dallas Turner of the Minnesota Vikings. We got to see him have some playing time, so I was very interested in seeing how this was going to go. We saw a lot of, I think, positives, some negatives I will get into as well, but definitely some things to get yourself excited about if you're a Vikings fan. Before I get too far into the video, though, just want to mention I do have a movie channel. If you like movies, definitely check that out. The link is in the description below. It's Jackson Kruger Movies. Have a lot of fun on there. But anyway, let's get back to this kind of film. Dallas Turner of the Minnesota Vikings, you see him on this play with a one-on-one matchup, right? And it's actually a favorable one-on-one matchup. He's going up against a tight end, although this is Brock Bowers, who's, he was drafted in the top half of the first round. He was drafted before Dallas Turner, right? So definitely someone who, again, Bowers more known for his receiving, but no slouch, right? So when this play begins, Bowers does a good job of kind of absorbing that initial punch by Dallas Turner. I mean, that's not something a lot of tight ends are going to be able to do, I assume. But right here, it's a peculiar position. I mean, the running back is going to try getting through this gap. It's the right call. That's the best gap right here. But for Turner, he, has an opportunity, right? The running back is going to be going by him. And watch Turner be able to reach out and make that tackle. That's really a good job by him, I would say, to be able to do that. These are splash plays that we saw him do in college pretty frequently. Sure, it's just a tight end, whatever. I mean, making a tackle is making a tackle. If you're an edge rusher, you are going to go up against tight ends sometimes, and being able to win is good. Also, this play was probably his best play. What's going to happen on this is it's going to be just a straight-up pass rush situation. He has a one-on-one matchup against a tackle this time. So, okay, it's not just tight end, not a favorable matchup at all. I mean, this is, just a straight-up one-on-one matchup, something you're going to see him have all the time at the NFL level. And when it begins, watch this explosiveness, something that was really talked about a lot in college. He is able to get by that left tackle quickly, so puts himself in a good position right away. Now, this play is far from over. I mean, the offensive lineman, the tackle for the Raiders, can try to get his hands kind of on the left shoulder area, is probably where I would guess, of Turner, and just push him behind the quarterback, which isn't maybe ideal, but you can make the play work, right? Gives yourself enough time for the quarterback to make a throw, as assuming someone gets open quick enough, right? But when he tries, again, Turner's just so explosive. He's able to go over and he creates a pressure. Unfortunately, someone got open very quickly. So at the end of the day, for an edge rusher, there's only so much you can do if someone's getting open quickly. So good job by Brock Bowers. Interesting enough, it's him again. But for Turner, I mean, again, it's a preseason. It's a game you don't care about. The fact that you're getting these types of pressures will eventually lead into play disruptions and will eventually lead into sacks, which is certainly nice to see. I'm going to be honest, this wasn't happening on every play. There was a bit of a consistency thing that you do have to look at. Again, for an edge rusher who, he played about 25 snaps, you are going to win some of those reps, you are going to lose some of those reps. The goal is to try and win a high percentage of them, and I think that you want to see him maybe start winning a higher percentage. Something like this, for example, where he's going to be going up one-on-one against the left tackle once again. It is once again going to be a passing play right here. So, okay, simple enough. Let's see what happens. First, you're going to see Turner, and he's going to try for more of an inside move, he's going to try and fake as though he's going for more of an inside move, but then go more towards the outside. You see his right hand, and how he's going to kind of try to use that to swat 75's left arm out of the way, because for a left tackle, it's the left arm that is incredibly important. That's the one you have to pay attention to. One of the things that I really liked about Dallas Turner in college was his athleticism, and was the way he could just shoot by guys, and there were certain moves that you're just watching, and you're like, yeah, that's going to work. That's going to play at the NFL level. And then there's some where it's like, I think you might need a bit of refinement here. You might take a year or two to become fully developed. Because watch here how he just doesn't get that arm out of the way at all. Eventually, he goes back for an inside move, but 75 does a good job of getting his hand in a way that isn't holding, but is still able to make that block. Good play by 75, showed off good hands there, but again, there's a reason why I harp on hands so much when it comes to young players. It's just such a leap from college to the NFL level. That is something you can get better at. That is something that I expect him to get better at, but I think it is something he needs to get better at a little bit. Like stuff like this too, again, you could debate if this is a positive or a negative, but I think it's worth talking about, or I guess can't really debate as a positive, but you could debate as if it's a neutral or a negative, but worth talking about. You have a double team on Turner. A lot of times when it's a double team, you say, well, what are you supposed to do? You're getting double teamed. Here, though, it is two tight ends blocking him. I think that does change things. I still think that, you could argue that two tight ends is two people trying to block you, but also they're not offensive linemen, so it's not quite the same. Again, debates can be had. You see here, though, that, I think Turner kind of doing the right thing of a lot of times when you have one of these double teams is try to get yourself isolated as much as possible. So here he's going for more of an outside move right here, kind of trying to see if he can just get past Bowers, right? If he just ignores one of the tight ends, you have a potential opportunity. Don't try to go through them. Try to go to one side or the other of both of them. So he goes for the outside move, but Bowers kind of pretty easily is able to just push him towards the side, push him behind the quarterback. So it just didn't quite work out that way. Again, it is two tight ends, but, we see it all the time where edge rushers are able to win these matchups. So I do wonder if it's, again, kind of goes back to the hands thing. He's trying to use his explosiveness purely on plays like this, but, guys at the NFL level are just as explosive as you, or at least almost as explosive as you, and if they know what you're doing, can't hang with you. So, again, I think that these are things he can fix. I think they're things he will fix. I just would have liked to see a little bit more consistency. But like I said, you saw the flashes, and that's kind of mostly what you're looking for. Like, for example, something like this is just, to me, an awesome play where you see where he is on the field. This is one of those plays that completely goes overlooked when you're watching it live, and I think, for good reason, but it's something that will turn into positive things down the road. So the way this is going to work is I've circled him on the field. You see where he is. He is the edge rusher here. Look at that Raiders wide receiver, though. Watch what he's about to do. Watch him move more further in, which is something that I think a lot of edge rushers would say, okay, whatever, I'm not concerned about that. But the reason why you have to be is because he's actually going to be blocking Dallas Turner on this play. Now, you might be saying, well, that's a massive mismatch. Him blocking Dallas Turner, I mean, this is a guaranteed win for the Vikings. But the reason why it's not quite as much of a mismatch as you might think is because of the element of surprise, right? The fact that he didn't start off right next to him, he's now moving in. If you're, a bigger guy, but you're getting blocked by someone without realizing he's the guy who's blocking you, that's how you can end up falling down on plays. Like, you can get kind of, honestly, sometimes you can even get injured on those types of plays if you don't realize it's coming, because those are, hey, NFL wide receivers, still pretty strong guys, right? But not only does Dallas Turner realize this, watch him be able to kind of annihilate that matchup. He ends up taking away the tight end as well on this play. So again, and which of course Brock Bowers once again. So it's a really good read on the play by Turner to be able to see what's happening, and then when he gets the massive mismatch, able to take advantage and essentially take two blockers away from the play. Like I said, run went somewhere else, so it didn't really matter that much. But these little things do add up over the course of a game. So yeah, I think a solid performance by Dallas Turner here in week 1. I know I'm not 100% positive, but it's very rare for me to be 100% positive with a player after a game, right? There's almost always going to be positives and negatives, especially for someone playing in their first ever NFL game. But I wouldn't let the negatives concern you too much. I think that the positives are certainly there, and if you're a Vikings fan, I definitely think it's okay to go ahead and get excited about the splash plays that he is bringing to the table. I think he's going to work at the NFL level. I think the question is just how good can he be? Can he be an elite level tight end, or is he just going to be a good one, right? So that's kind of what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the consistency and stuff. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Dallas Turner. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.